Deep in the heart of Tamil Nadu, nestled amidst emerald green hills, stood an ancient temple. This was not just any temple, it was a shrine dedicated to Lord Murugan, the beloved deity of the Tamils. Stories of its magnificence were whispered through generations, tales of towering gopurams that touched the sky, intricate carvings that adorned every pillar, and a serenity that permeated the very air. For 100 years the temple lay forgotten. Its heavy wooden doors remained shut, the once vibrant colours of its walls faded by the relentless sun and monsoon rains. The laughter of children, the chanting of priests, the fragrance of incense, all distant memories. The temple stood silent, a grand old fort guarding secrets of a glorious past. Then, as if touched by a divine hand, things began to change. The government, realizing the historical and cultural significance of the temple, decided to restore it to its former glory. Skilled artisans from across the state were commissioned, their nimble fingers breathing life back into the fading grandeur. It wasn't long before the temple, resplendent in its newfound glory, began attracting visitors from far and wide. Among the devotees who thronged the temple courtyard was a young woman named Maya. Drawn by an inexplicable pull, she had traveled miles to stand before the majestic Gopuram, its towering presence filling her with a sense of awe. This was no ordinary pilgrimage for Maya. It was a journey of the soul, a quest for something she couldn't quite grasp, something that lay hidden in the depths of her being. The moment Maya stepped across the threshold of the temple, she felt a shift within her. The cacophony of the outside world seemed to melt away, replaced by an almost tangible silence. The air hung heavy with the fragrance of sandalwood and jasmine, and the soft chanting of hymns seemed to reverberate from the very stones beneath her feet. She wandered through the temple courtyard, her fingers trailing over the cool, weathered stone. Each carving, each sculpture spoke of a devotion so profound that it transcended time itself. As she stood before the sanctum sanctorum, gazing at the deity within, she felt a lump forming in her throat. Tears welled up in her eyes, tears not of sorrow but of an overwhelming sense of peace and belonging. Later that evening, as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the temple grounds, Maya found herself drawn towards a small, secluded garden. Tucked away behind the main shrine, it was a sanctuary of serenity, a haven of peace in the heart of the bustling temple complex. The air was filled with the sound of birdsong, and the gentle breeze carried with it the sweet fragrance of frangipani and jasmine. As she sat there, lost in her thoughts, she noticed a flash of white disappear behind a cluster of jasmine bushes. Curiosity piqued, she moved closer, her heart pounding in her chest. Parting the leaves gently, she gasped, her hand flying to her mouth in surprise. Curled up peacefully on a bed of jasmine petals lay a snake, its scales as white as the purest snow. Fear, the kind that sends shivers down your spine, should have gripped Maya, but it didn't. Instead, an unexpected calm washed over her. The snake, far from appearing threatening, seemed bathed in an ethereal glow. Its presence was not menacing, but serene, almost divine. Slowly, cautiously, Maya extended her hand. The serpent, instead of recoiling, raised its head and gently touched her palm with its tongue. A collective gasp escaped Maya's lips, but it was not a gasp of fear, but of awe, of something sacred transpiring. In that singular moment, surrounded by the fragrant jasmine and the soft chanting from the main temple, Maya felt an overwhelming sense of blessing. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Maya made her way out of the temple. The encounter with the white serpent, an experience so surreal yet so vivid, had left an indelible mark on her soul. She walked with a newfound lightness in her step, her heart brimming with a joy she had never known. The forgotten temple, the majestic Murugan, the divine serpent, they were all intricately woven into the fabric of her being. Back in her familiar surroundings, Maya found herself reliving every moment of her trip. The colors, the sounds, the fragrance of the temple, the divine encounter with the snake. It was as if a part of her was still there, amidst the serenity of that sacred space. Days turned into weeks, and the memory of her pilgrimage remained vivid, a source of comfort and strength. Yet, a nagging question lingered at the edge of Maya's mind. The white serpent, the divine blessing, the overwhelming peace. Was it real, or was it a figment of her imagination? One morning, as Maya woke up from a deep slumber, the answer dawned upon her. The gentle morning light filtering through her window, the familiar chirping of birds, the scent of freshly brewed coffee. It all pointed to a simple yet profound truth. It had been a dream. A vivid, breathtakingly real dream, but even as this realization washed over her, Maya couldn't help but smile. For in her heart, she knew that the dream was not just a figment of her imagination. It was a message, a divine calling. It was Lord Murugan himself, appearing in her dream in the form of the serene white serpent, reminding her of the power of faith, the beauty of devotion, and the importance of seeking solace in the divine. From that day forward, Maya's life was imbued with a newfound purpose. The dream of the serpent, the temple, the divine blessing. It was a constant reminder of the sacred that existed within and around her. And though she never visited the temple again, it forever held a special place in her heart, a sacred space where she had encountered the divine, even if it was in the realm of dreams.